One reason men will sometimes feel lost isn't because they lack confidence, motivation, or they aren't capable. It's because they don't have a direction for their lives. A man without direction spends years reacting to life instead of building one. He takes jobs without a plan other than it pays more. He dates women without a purpose other than she's cute. He spends money without thinking other than I want this. I've been there and done that, and so have many men my age, and even guys older than myself. And older guys often tell younger guys about these mistakes to try and keep them from making that same mistake that they have. Because having direction is a key component to a man's life. I want to give my perspective on why direction changes everything and why you don't need to have your entire life figured out to start moving forward. You just have to have a goal. Drifting through life is what a lot of men are unfortunately doing. Arguably, a lot of women are doing it too. But as men, we have to develop our morals, determine what our values, and understand our character as we age. A man capable of this will have a better understanding of the direction he should be heading in life. If you don't, you'll get swept up in that current of life. And I'm just here to tell you guys to get off that raft on the lazy river and build yourself up and plot your own course. Life works the same way. If you don't choose direction, somebody else or something else will choose one for you. These can be your friends, social media, your job, hell, even your comfort. Before you know it, 5 or 10 years have gone by and you're living a life you've never intentionally chosen. Not because you're lazy, even though that could also be a problem, but because you've never decided where you want it to go. Now, this may sound contradictory, but having a direction in life doesn't automatically mean having your shit together. Guys may think they need a perfect plan before they take the first step, or actually have a plan in place means you're good. Yes, the purpose of this video is to point out to a lot of guys lack direction in life, but understand that just because you have a direction doesn't mean you'll be successful. Very few successful people had every detail figured out when they first started, if any. They simply knew the very next step or two and what the finish line for them should look like. Direction isn't knowing where you'll be 20 years from now, it's just knowing where you're headed next. Maybe that's getting into better shape. Maybe it's paying off debt. Maybe it's finishing school. Maybe it's changing careers. You don't need every answer. You just need to know the next step and how the finish line for you should look. Direction gives everything else meaning. This is why direction matters so much. Because once you know where you're going, your decisions honestly become easier. Your time begins to have value because you know what you're building. Your money has purpose because you know where it needs to go. Your habits start making sense because they support your goals or your mentality to keep you pushing forward. Even your romantic life and friendships start to change in even way more ways than you can imagine. Your friend circles begin to fill out with professionals of certain levels. Direction becomes one of many filters through which decisions are made. A man who doesn't know where he's going in life can't lead effectively. This applies to leadership roles at work, relationships. Think about it. Why would anyone willingly follow someone who has no idea what the goal is? Sure, you may be able to lead, but at a certain point, someone is going to ask what the goal is and what's the end game. Leadership isn't about giving orders. It's about having enough foresight that other people trust your judgment. Before you ask a woman to build a future with you, ask yourself, can you even describe what that future looks like? Saying you want a wife, the house with a white picket fence, and kids and a dog sounds great, but how are you going to obtain that? In what city or state are you going to own this house? Do you want 3 children, back to back, or an age gap of a few years? What experiences do you have with handling dogs? Seriously, sounds silly, but you have to ask yourself these questions. If you can't explain where you're trying to go and plan to obtain these things, don't expect a woman who values her time, beauty, fertility, and youth to invest in your journey. Having direction in life also requires having the ability in saying no. When you choose a direction, you're choosing what to leave behind. You're leaving behind lifestyles, habits, and even people. You have to understand, you can't chase every opportunity. You can't say yes to everyone. You can't help everybody either. Direction requires sacrifice and cutting people off. It requires turning down distractions that don't move you any closer to your destination. And that often requires the greatest strength. Walking away from people and telling them no, that's why discipline and direction go hand in hand. Understand your direction will probably change out of necessity, something out of your control or for the betterment of your future. People's paths in life are rarely written in stone. At 20-something years old, your goals will probably be different than they are at 30. And they'll probably change again at 40. You'll grow, you'll learn. Life will surprise you, or life will just throw a curveball. That's life. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know what's next. A man with direction walks differently. He makes decisions differently. He spends his time differently. He chooses his relationships differently. Not because life suddenly became easier, but because every decision is measured against where he's trying to go. Without direction, you'll just drift. Even small steps begin to build a meaningful life. So ask yourself one question. Where are you actually trying to go? Because once you can answer that honestly, you'll finally know which path deserves your next step.